Africa has seen a boom in dollar debt issuance over the past decade. Akinwumi Adesina says over 20 African nations have now sold at least one Eurobond, roughly double the number in 2004.
It's all well and good when the interest rate environment is actually quite accommodative for that. But as the Federal Reserve rates go up and you begin to see a lot more movement of money, capital out of emerging markets, and you have a tightening of that capital market.
Adesina says many African countries have ignored the potential for borrowing cheaply on domestic and regional debt markets.
These are pools of capital that needs to be actually tapped for Africa's development. And the bank is working a lot in this particular area. We're helping countries to also be able to issue domestic bonds in domestic currencies to be able to raise money, which is very, very important. But at the same time, working with the pension funds to be able to have a regulatory environment that allows them to be able to have asset classes in which they can invest in.
Exploiting new sources of financing is becoming more pressing amid economic woes in Africa's oil and mining dependent nations brought on by steep declines in commodity prices. These governments are now facing budget deficits, stagnating or contracting growth, and in some cases currency depreciation that increases the cost of servicing and paying off existing dollar-denominated debt.
There is nothing wrong in taking debt. It really depends on how you raise it and what you raise it for. I think many countries went into the Eurobond market because they saw it as a way of showing that they have very good economic governance, very good political security. I think the commodity prices were also very high, which created a boost for them to be able to raise capital by issuing Eurobond.
Adesina cited Ethiopia, Kenya, Rwanda and Ivory Coast among the countries that are adeptly navigating Africa's current economic headwinds.
It's not always going to be rosy. There are always going to be some challenges down the line, some economic headwinds that they face today. So save for the rainy day. Setting up sovereign wealth funds is a great way in which you save money. If you look at how it's been done by, Norway, it's done fantastically well by having those kind of funds. So I think these are the things that I would recommend for them. And finally, is really when it comes to an area that African countries don't do so well at.
Adesina has urged countries expecting new oil wealth to negotiate advantageous royalty arrangements and tax regimes before the first barrel is pumped and to then ensure the money is spent the right way. Leslie Marungu, CCTV.